continue as they pass the resolution. And my lordships, the Constituent Assembly of the J&K temporary provision was only because it was left to the discretion of the J&K Constituent Assembly to take the final decision. Now, lordships, the concurrence by the governor is not permissible under law because, my lordships, concurrence affects the autonomy of the state. It's because of that reason the concurrence is to be given by the duly elected government. It cannot be the governor under the Articles 93 or 356 of the Constitution. My lordships, the Article 3 of the Constitution says, view of the state. What happened in Jharkhand? 2 years, 3 years debate. Telangana when was formed? And with regard to J&K, 356 invoked, the relevant provisions suspended, which is unknown to law. And with regard to J&K, there was consent. My lordship, I was a full-fledged state. I was having my own constitution, 1939, prior to the Indian Independence Act. And it's because of that reason, the other side of the Kashmir, which is with our neighboring country, they have right now, maybe on the papers, they have the prime minister, they have the president, they have the legislature. I'm functional democracy. I'm proud of it. I'm a nationalist. But lordship, I take liberty to share with my lordships. People make mockery of me. Is this democracy you're proud of? They have this full-fledged state. I was having within the constitution my prime minister, my Sadri Riyasat, my legislature. I'm reduced it to the UT, LG. Forget my lordship about the prime minister. 65th amendment in 65, 6th amendment in JK Constitution, when Sheikh Abdullah was in jail. The amendment was made and this nomenclature was changed. Lordship, I'm concluding, very important lordship, with regard to the will of the people, lordship. The will of the people is of paramount importance. Federalism, rule of law, democracy, lordship, is the soul of constitution, basic structure, held by indication on the Bharati case. Lordship, it's not mere elections democracy. It's beyond, it's vast, the functional democracy. My lordship, will of the people is of paramount importance. I'm alive of the fact, lordship, courts are not to get swayed away. I'm 1 minute only, lordship. Yes. Courts are not to get swayed away by the emotions, but lordships, here in this instant case, the will of the people, that is the Constituent Assembly of the J&K. The sentiments, aspirations, the desire of the people is intrinsic to the will of the people. That is to be looked by lordships right now. Lordships, I am concluding, but this is very important, lordship. That is the report of state autonomy, which is the will of the people. This autonomy report is by, it's A290, volume 14, your lordship, document compilation. The government has set up, your lordship, it's very important.
What is the page? PDF?
Page A290, lordship.
Can somebody give us the...
Volume 14, lordship.
1 second, give us. All right. What is the point in there?
Point is, my lordship, the state government set up a committee to examine the question of restoration of autonomy, the state of Jammu and Kashmir, by government order number 196. Dr. Karan Singh is the head of the chairman of this committee. There are other members. Lordship, within 1 minute or so, I will conclude. This is the aim and object of this committee. However, other states exercise the choice. Yes.
549.
Page A2.
Yes.
How other Indian states exercise their choice, how they participated in constitution framing, and in what form did they adopt it, in not our concern. This shall be referred to whatever necessary in page to follow. But it's relevant to mention here that whereas other princely states signed the instrument of accession to India and subsequently the instrument of merger, the accession of J&K state was limited only to the areas of defense, external affairs and communication. Uniquely, J&K state is the only one to have negotiated the terms of membership of the Union right till the Delhi Agreement. It did not accept any provision of the Constitution of India other than those agreed to the instrument of accession and retained its autonomy. Autonomy has remained since the days of accession, the heartbeat of the people of the state. State has lost all resistance to autonomy. Its erosion is the primary cause of Kashmir discontent. Keeping this in view, Shri Narasimha Rao, the then Prime Minister of India, announced in 1995 that the Union government would be prepared to consider autonomy short of independence for Jammu and Kashmir. Mr. Devi Gowda, as Prime Minister, offered Jammu and Kashmir maximum autonomy. The assurance was incorporated in this common minimum program of the National Front government. This is very pertinent, my lordship. This is the autonomy resolution. Recommendations are there. This is by the state legislature. This is the will of the people. Lordships, Justice Sagir, a working group was constituted. One of important was headed by Justice Sagir. And the recommendation of that very committee was that the autonomy be restored to state of J&K. My lordship, J&K was having its own constitution. This is embodiment of my emotions, desire, and aspirations, the J&K constitution. My lordship provides the flag under section 144, which is made dysfunctional by the 273 CO. Impugned COs. My lordship, very briefly, lordship, with regard to the, which is very vital and very important.
The others who have to
Only 1 minute, lordship. That is the Delhi
said that
agreement.
about 3 minutes ago, so I think we'll conclude.
1 minute,
Thank you.
lordship. Only
No,
1 minute.
Thank you very much. Mr. Bhatt now. Mr. Bhatt, Mr. Zahur Ahmed Bhatt.
I pay lordship, keeping in with the democracy, federalism, and the self-contained provision of 370, we pray that it's not sustainable, the impugned COs. So justice be done with the people of Jammu and Kashmir, lordship.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Obliged.